Howdy, 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 all you cool cats and kittens. Welcome back to Stardew Valley Tools Aren't Real Edition. I've been moving and I've been sick, and I'm still moving and I'm still sick. But today we're here. So thanks for coming back and joining us. And we are playing a new game today called Risk of Rain 2, which Berkeley, I don't remember. Am I the one who got you into this, or did you know about it before?
Yeah, absolutely. I had not heard it until you suggested it or gifted it to me or whatever it was.
Okay. Well,
real quick, Jared, on the stream, I'm seeing your OBS and your Windows bar.
let me minimize the OBS. And let me... I think that's as full screen as this is going to get. Is it still showing the Windows bar?
Give me a minute. I have not seen any change. I don't know if there's just like a huge delay.
Oh, interesting. This could be one of those ones again where it's not going to work unless it's in windowed mode, I suppose.
We could try cutting the video if that helps.
Yeah, that may... I don't know. How about that?
That looks beautiful.
Okay, I've just learned a new thing. Cool. All right, well, let me know if that throws any more problems, and I'll try something else. Okay, so the way that this game works is that it is a roguelike game, which means that every time you die, you start over from the beginning. There's a lot of different game modes, some of which are single player, but we're playing multiplayer, and it's usually pretty much the same either way, but multiplayer is more fun. Basically, the premise is that you are crash landed on an alien planet, and you got to fight off the various creatures that live there to try to find a way to escape. And you can gather upgrades and all this other stuff. So I'm playing as this like ninja guy, and it's not going phenomenally, I will say.
Yeah, I'm dead already actually.
Yeah, me too.
Did we forget to change the setting?
Yeah, I forgot to activate all the artifacts. So, the game's really hard just by default. But as you play the game, there's a bunch of hidden things. And some of those hidden things change the way that the game plays. So there's a certain set of these rule changes that I like to make because it allows you to really customize the character that you're creating. So I'm going to do that real quick because I think it'll allow us to have a little bit of a longer run. Okay. That should do it. So there's a bunch of different characters. I don't have them all unlocked. Some of them you have to do very specific things that are quite difficult to do. But my favorite character is the default initial character. So that's who I'm going to play as. And Berkeley, I don't know if you've found a favorite yet. It looks like right now you're playing Punching Guy.
I was liking this punching guy a lot last time. Real quick, did you want to do Artifact of Death as well?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Thanks.
So
yeah, I had a good time with this punchy guy last time. He's like the only character that doesn't do any ranged damage, but he's got some cool mobility stuff.
Yeah, he's kind of like Spider-Man a little bit. Like he can grapple stuff and then use it to like fly around a little bit. All the characters play out quite a bit differently, so And I will say that I'm not very good at playing most of the characters.
I've never seen the stage before. This is cool.
Yeah, this stage was part of one of the DLCs that they made. And it's got some cool caves on it. Okay, so on my screen, this green item just dropped, and that's called a command essence. And basically what it does is it lets you choose a modification to add to your character. So across the time that we're playing, we're going to modify our characters to have different abilities and attributes until we become amazing killing machines. But until then, Berkeley, I'll go ahead and guard if you want to grab one of these items. And these items have different colors. So if you've played the Borderlands games, you know that color equates to rarity. It's the same way here, but rarity and power are not always linked in this game. So the white tier of items is the least rare, but also some of the most powerful and practical. So it's kind of interesting how they chose to balance that, I guess.
Real quick, want to shout out. It looks like Chance, Susie Moo, and Meg are here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, super fun to have you guys here. Chance, it's been a minute. How's your modular collection going? Berkeley, while we oh, go ahead.
Meg says we should play Split Fiction sometime. I agree. Meg specifically thinks it would be funny and wants to see if she's bad at the game or if the puzzles are just really hard. I think since I have already played through at least half of the game, the puzzles will go better since I've done them. But I would try to keep my mouth shut and let you solve the puzzles.
Thanks. There's no guarantee. I've started getting into chess and I'm bad at it. So, you know, who knows how far that extends in the world of puzzles. Alright, so there's some things going on here visually that might be interesting to you guys. So these creatures have different variants of each creature type. So like these guys over here are just little beetles, but this is a variant of that beetle and it's got these green antlers, and any creature that has these green antlers can heal themselves and the creatures around it. And when they die, most of them release this kind of green bubble, and anything in that bubble when it pops gets healed too. So you can kind of use these creatures and time how you fight them to heal yourself if you're in a bad spot. There are a lot of other ways to heal too, but that's just an interesting and visual example. Here you go, Berkeley.
I'm not good at swinging.
It's pretty tough to get a handle on. I've always struggled with it. It's easier with bigger enemies too. Like those small guys, it's tough because you're orbiting them so quickly. So what kind of build are you going for right now, Berkeley? What items do you have?
I'm gonna be honest, I've only got one white item and I don't remember what most of the green items do, so I don't have much of a cohesive build right now. Okay. I'm just gonna try to get the criticals up for a minute and then get some of those boosts that give you bonuses when you crit.
Yeah, criticals are one of the easiest ways to boost your damage. So unlike most games where like you have to shoot an enemy in a certain part to get a critical hit, in this game it's determined by chance, and there are items that increase that chance and you can stack that increase up to 100%. Well, you could stack beyond 100%, but once it's 100%, the effect doesn't matter in terms of likelihood. So
there's a red item here for you if you want it.
Oh, okay. So red items are the most rare regular item, and they usually do crazy powerful or crazy strange things. Where did it end up? Oh, I ran right by it. Okay, so this is what the red items look like. There's a bunch to choose from, and when you're fighting like this, it's hard to explain them all, but I like this red scorpion looking one. What this does is every time you shoot an enemy, it permanently reduces their armor, so your next hit does more damage against their health rather than just their armor. Alright, so this thing is called a shrine. This particular one is Shrine of the Mountain, and what this does is makes the fight at the end of this level harder, but it also increases the number of rewards that you're going to get. So I think these stack, you can find more than one on a given level, and you can activate all of them and it'll multiply the number of creatures you have to fight by a crazy amount. I think the most that I've successfully defeated was 5 Shrines of the Mountain, and it was insane. But we got a ton of rewards out of it, so it is a risk. I like to activate them just because, you know, usually if you're playing smart, you can benefit from it. Alright, there's a white behind you, Berkeley, if you want to grab that one too. Let's take a look at what items you have. Okay, so you've got ukulele. Ukulele shoots out arches of lightning, bolts of lightning, that's the word, from whatever you're attacking to the stuff around it. And getting multiple of those ukuleles will increase the range and the damage of those lightning bolts. So that's a really solid one for dealing with crowds. As you can see, you know, more and more enemies spawn as time goes on, so being able to manage crowds and finding items that will allow you to spread out the damage you're doing is really important. And then Berkeley is also grabbing a lot of feathers. So each of those feathers allows him to jump multiple times. So basically, he can fly now. He's basically a superhero. And
I think the line is somehow flying returned.
What is that from? Explain that.
I was just making fun of Poe Dameron, who said somehow Palpatine returned and they fly now.
Oh, okay. That's a Star Wars deep cut. Somehow flying returned. We got another red item. I've never seen 2 red items so close together. So Berkeley, I will stand guard if you'd like to make a selection.
Oh, I don't know what any of them do. You should take all the reds, please.
Okay, all right. Don't look a gift item in the mouth.
Are there any green items that are shields?
No, but there is an item that will increase your health, which is pretty important. It looks like a test tube full of blood. And what that does is it absorbs some health from every creature you kill until your health has been increased by 100. I think it's until, not up to 100 per absorb, but as you stack those, it'll help because there's shields to protect you, but some enemies, especially in later stages, have attacks that will ignore your shield, and it's pretty dangerous because it can sneak up on you. You might think you're doing fine and you're really moving through levels, and then suddenly you'll have somebody show up that can hit you through your shield and you'll die in one attack.
Sorry, this was a while ago. Chance says the I don't remember what they're called, synth modules are going well. He needs to play with it more, but his first case is almost completely full.
Oh, that's exciting. Aesthetically, filling up a case just looks so good. And, you know, you don't even have to make music with it. At that point, it's just like art.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got some more tiers of items. So this orange item over here is, it's like a tool that you can use basically, and there's a bunch of different kinds. The one that I picked up gave me this ghost hat and this little ghostly blunderbuss looking thing. And what it does, it allows me to target a boss enemy and kill it in one hit. So at the end of this level, we're going to fight a group of bosses, and then if I choose my items right, I'll be able to kill one in one hit and then have some items that will cause that damage to spread to the other bosses. So it also forces the boss you killed to drop a special boss item. So it's pretty useful in that regard as well. You think you're doing good on items, Berkeley?
Like, ready for the boss, or oh, I've taken way more than you.
Oh no, you're good.
You know?
I'm just making sure that you feel like you're getting enough to be sustainable. That's my main focus. I've been taking what I need. So
yeah,
right
I'd like
now,
grind a bit more before the boss. If
Okay.
That's okay.
I agree with that. Alright, so right now I'm going to try to build up some healing. So I picked up a shield that automatically regenerates. There are some shields that are charged by killing enemies, and there are some items that will allow you to do more damage the more enemies you kill. But I think I'm doing good on damage, but I need some more healing because I don't have any right now. And I'm going to go with mushrooms. So this item is called Bustling Fungus. And if you stand still, these mushrooms grow around you and heal you. But the downside is, right, you won't be healed while you're moving, and some enemies are too dangerous to stand next to. So everything in the game is about trying to balance the different disadvantages and advantages of your kit. Alright, so we're getting a lot of orange items over here, Berkeley, which means that when we activate the boss fight, we can use our tricorns and then immediately come back and grab new ones to shorten that fight significantly.
Oh, nice.
What? Do you have an orange already? Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, you grabbed that purple squishy guy. I don't remember what that one is.
It makes a little clone of you for 30 seconds. So
oh, that's cool.
if you're good at the game, it does a little less than doubling your power, and if you're bad at the game, it does a little more than doubling your power.
Is that like based on your health?
Well, I mean, an AI using my same build is probably going to do better than me using my build.
Oh, I see. I don't think that they've trained any AI to play Risk of Rain 2 yet, so your job is safe.
Okay, I'm feeling good for the boss whenever you are, but we can take some time since I've got so many more items than you.
Oh, I'm good to go. Let's do it. Alright, so at the end of each level, you have to fight the boss, and as you fight the boss, it'll bring up this zone that if you stay in it, it'll charge a teleporter, and you can move on to the next zone. So, I'll activate it, and we got giant stone titans, who are pretty inconvenient to fight because they've got attacks that can reach you anywhere on the map, even if they don't have line of sight. So the key with this guy is to keep moving and avoid the red circles that show up, because those will throw you in the air, and then the fall damage will kill you.
Not me, I'm immune.
Oh, you're immune? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll take the fall damage and you'll still die because, unfortunately, we chose Artifact of Death. Alright, the other thing that happens in these boss fights is that the spawn rate of enemies goes up by a lot, which is great if you're trying to get items, but not so good when it's time to actually pick those items up.
Hmm.
How are you holding up, Berkeley? Oh, you've got full health
Great.
and shield.
I'm the time of my life.
You're
Yeah.
doing real good. I'm over here running away.
Something, 19 items.
I think it's well deserved. Alright, it looks like Berkeley single-handedly defeated every boss except the one that I killed with my tricorn. So
I use both hands, don't worry.
Berkeley double-handedly killed every boss except the one that I killed with my tricorn. Maximum effort on Berkeley's behalf.
And I successfully swung up to some flying enemies and punched like 3 of them to death before I hit the ground.
That's awesome.
That was fun.
Not a sentence you can say every day.
I think I'm starting to get not horrible at this game.
Yeah, it takes a minute to learn, and you definitely have to learn each character. But once you get the swing of like how to play the character, and then you figure out what items work best to enhance the character, it starts to get really fun, in my opinion.
I love the abilities that, like, when you damage or kill one enemy, it does a bunch of splash damage to nearby enemies. I already loved that with, like, other characters that I had played, but it's super good with the punchy guy, because then I don't need to move around as much.
True.
Punch
Those
the
chain
first one in the
reactions
horde.
are really fun.
Mhm.
Alright, so I just picked up one of the items that was dropped by the boss I used my tricorn on. And it allows my guy to shoot out these little guided wisp ghosts that'll do damage to enemies when I'm running around. So it's kind of a fun way to be able to protect yourself and still escape from tough situations. Your character is so effective for
Well, now I'm up
That's
to 26
awesome.
items. Am I 26 effective?
you're at least 30 effective
Wow.
and wise. All right. I'm going to go around and pick up some of these spare items, and then we'll get on to the next stage. So the gameplay loop can go on forever, or until you crash your computer by putting too much demand on your system. But the minimum loop is usually four. I think it's 4 regular stages and then the final boss. You can expand that indefinitely though, and there's multiple different bosses that you can fight as well. 2 of which I have defeated, but there's one that I've not defeated. And I don't even know what the fight looks like, actually. I've died every time before making it to that fight. So there's a lot of like secrets and hidden things in the game. And I think I've been playing this for 3 or 4 years now that I still haven't fully uncovered. So a lot of depth there. All right, are you seeing any leftover items? I think we've got almost everything unless you wanted to change out your orange item, but no pressure.
Yeah, I'm seeing a few oranges, but I like this one.
Cool. Okay. Then I am going to go ahead and activate the teleporter.
Okay, what's everyone thinking so far? I know with Borderlands the game was a little chaotic, and so people didn't like that one as much. This one is also chaotic, but it's third person, and like maybe a little less shaky cam than Borderlands.
Yeah, I would say, just from my own perspective, it is a little smoother. So I'm curious if that translates on the stream.
This cloud kills me. Does that mean I should not go in it? I see you seem to have gone through it fine.
You can get through it okay, but you shouldn't stay in it for super long.
Cool.
So this purple zone is like a void zone, and it corrupts the creatures that go into it and make them much more difficult to fight and give them interesting abilities. But if you can clear all the void corrupted creatures, you can get special items that will change the way your regular items work. Some of them are ones I don't know how to use well. There's a few that are very, very useful. One of which turns my healing mushroom that I have to stand still to use into a healing mushroom that works when I sprint. And one of the red items I picked up gives me a shield for every point of healing I have over full health. So that means that if I sprint around and heal, I'll also be building a shield as I sprint, which is useful.
Mick says the gameplay is not bad to watch. It's not a style of game she would play, but she is here for it if we're having fun. Sweet.
That is so supportive. Thank you. So tell me more about Split Fiction. We've talked about it before, but I remember nothing.
Yeah, I would love to do it on the stream someday, and I hope we will. So it is a player game that is like a kind of platformer adventure game. So do you want to know about the mechanics or the premise?
Let's start with premise and then move to mechanics.
Nice. So the premise is it's 2 video game writers who like go to visit a publishing studio, and they both like signed initial deals with the publishing studio. And then the publishing studio like hooks them into this giant machine to extract their creativity, and that's when things get weird.
What?
And so you're basically like playing through all the video games that these 2 characters have designed throughout their careers, but as the designers instead of the intended characters. So it's a little, I don't know what to compare it to, like a little bit Ready Player One, maybe a little bit Tron of video game creators trapped in their creation.
The grid. a digital frontier. That sounds pretty interesting. It reminds me weirdly of a Roald Dahl book, but I can't put my finger on which one. It's just reminding me of Roald Dahl in general, I guess. That sounds pretty interesting, and kind of the idea of being forced to play as not the intended character. That's something that I thought was fun about the Ready Player One stuff, especially early on in the book before you really knew what was going on. Just being in the perspective of a regular person trying to do a Dungeons and Dragons dungeon full of traps and stuff was interesting.
Sorry, I missed that because I'm getting roasted in the chat. Apparently they were not video game writers, they were just book writers that got hired by a video game studio. That is not how I understood the plot at all. I thought that they were aspiring video game writers. Like, video game studios have people with the title writer. I don't think writer was necessarily...
Yeah, one has to ask, if you're being paid to write, and it is for a video game, does that not make you a video game writer?
And all their stories were so game-oriented. Okay, chat is unanimous. I guess I was wrong. And that also the studio is just a book studio, not a video game studio. Why does a book studio have a big VR engine that traps authors inside it and turns video game stories into video games?
Asking the real questions over here, Berkeley.
Also, have you seen pictures of book publishing studios? They're all like old red brick buildings. They're not shiny, state-of-the-art, evil-looking modern corporate buildings.
Berkeley, have you found any of the void chests?
I have not found any void chests.
That is very interesting. There should be at least one. Did you notice if there were multiple of the void zones earlier on?
I only saw the one.
Interesting. Because this one did not have any chests in it.
Weird. Okay, I just need everyone to pull up the picture of the studio. Apparently the book studio in Split Fiction, and tell me that looks like a book publishing studio. Look at the logo, look at the windows, look at the video feed of the Council of Executives encouraging the evil executive to do evil things, and tell me that's for books. Okay, well, that's the premise that I apparently didn't understand. And the mechanics, since you're like going through all these story ideas that were apparently for books and not video games, the mechanics change super frequently. So you'll do a level where it's like 3D and you're shapeshifters trying to solve puzzles by changing what animal you are. And then there'll be a level that's like heavily inspired by Metroid, where you it's all 2D and you're using guns to get through a base.
You just
anyway,
reference
it's like,
Metroid? Have you played
yeah.
Metroid?
No.
That's the fact that you know about Metroid just earned you respect from me.
Oh, thanks.
After, oh,
Oh, I died.
R.I.P.
I did not realize how close I was to death.
Same. IRL, relatable.
Meg says the company is called Radar Publishing, and therefore it has to be books. So many things get published. It's not just books. Okay, I'm hung up on this now. I'm gonna just quick Wikipedia the plot of Split
Yeah,
Fiction.
I think we have to settle this.
CEO J.D. Rader introduces The Machine, which allows occupants to experience the stories they submitted as reality. If experiencing a story as reality isn't a video game, then I don't know what is.
It's like the holodeck from Star Trek. Maybe you wouldn't refer to it as a video game, but it is.
Meg says it's literally called Split Fictions, as if anything other than books
Oh,
cannot
yeah.
be called
Well,
fiction.
of course we know that video games are all nonfiction.
Right,
So.
yeah.
Risk of Rain 2 really happening right now.
Well, you know, I'm experiencing the story of Risk of Rain, therefore, book. Anyway, yeah, so like it's like every 45 minutes you're totally changing which story you're in and what the mechanics of getting through that story are. So it stays really fresh. It's like, I mean, I wouldn't say this. Someone could say that the game is a little derivative because it's so clearly drawing on other games. But it like every 45 minutes it changes what game it's drawing from. So I think it stays really fresh and cool.
Well, that sounds fun. I'll have to try it out. I've been known to enjoy some platformers in my day, and my day's not over yet, so I'm betting I'd enjoy this too. Whoa. Okay, I'm playing a character I've never played before, and I don't know what's happening right now.
You got a lot of red lasers coming out of your face.
Apparently.
Better coming out than going in, I guess.
That's what they say about lasers. That's the normal laser thing to say. My character has really fast healing. Interesting.
Okay, we lost Meg. I was too insistent. Wikipedia does call the characters authors. I'll concede that. But whoever made that game has never seen a book publishing company in their life. Apparently the fact that it takes place in a futuristic world is why the book publishing companies are suddenly shiny and sci-fi-y. Oh,
Okay.
I fell.
Well, lucky for you, falling did no damage to you.
Yeah, including falling into a chasm. That's nice. Sorry.
It's all good. This guy shoots lasers out of his hand, not his giant arm cannon.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, the giant arm cannon shoots like a big sphere, which I guess that makes more sense that that's not coming out of the hand. But still, lasers out of the hand is a little jarring. So, I've kind of been in the mood for a good mystery book lately. Does anybody have any mystery recommendations? I have almost no experience with the genre, but it sounds fun.
Meg likes the Thursday Murder Club. Old people solve mysteries in their retirement community.
Oh, that sounds
They're
fun.
British. They're British, but I don't hold it against them, I think she meant.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I'm up for that. That sounds fun. Is it audiobook or did you read the text version?
I don't think Meg is super into audiobooks, and we do own the text version, so I'm going to guess text.
You're going to assume text. That's fair.
I read a lot of the like old Sherlock Holmes stories and books back in the day, and I enjoyed those a lot.
I will second that. I have read those. And he also has some other interesting short stories too, by the way. He's got one about what if creatures lived in the sky. Like, just like the ocean floor had crazy, weird, different creatures, what if the sky also had that? And he's got one about, it's kind of like a Cask of Amontillado, except archaeologists. That was pretty good.
Nice. Meg does not like audiobooks because she hates men doing female voices. So fair.
Ah. Yeah, good voice acting, or voice acting that you can tolerate, is really important. Because you're going to be spending like 15 hours listening to it. Alright, Berkeley. I don't feel like I'm anywhere near ready to fight the boss, but I kind of feel like we should.
Okay, let's do it. Neb also seconds Study in Scarlet.
That's like the OG Sherlock Holmes story, isn't it?
Yeah. I actually don't remember which plot is which, just because I read them all right next to each other and they all blurred together. But I do. Yeah, Neb says that's the original in the Sherlock Holmes canon.
Oh, this is bad news. Oh, whew, okay, the game mechanics saved me. I got yeeted out of the level, out of the height map of the level. That was dangerous.
Yeah, in real life that's bad news, but in this game you'd kind of just come back, I think.
Yeah. In real life you suffocate or freeze to death.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm really liking this character's laser hand because it's super accurate.
The first character that I played a lot with was like the Hunter Ranger one, and
yeah.
she shoots arrows that like will automatically hone in on whoever you're shooting at. I haven't seen another character do that. so that was really nice. Maybe the opposite of accuracy, but removed the need for accuracy.
Yeah. It was guided. Nothing wrong with that.
I see that there's still quite a bit of boss health around, but I don't see any actual boss entities.
There's one that followed me up onto this cliff thing after I got launched.
Okay, fun.
Oh, there's two up here. Oh, that's bad news. I gotta run away.
Here I come. It's me, Punchy Guy.
Yay! My hero, Punchy Guy. What are you gonna do, Punchy Guy?
I'm gonna punch him.
Oh, amazing!
Well, it works.
Sure did. Sure does. Punching.
Yeah, I love this character. I don't think I can ever go back.
You're
Partially 'cause of
100% punching now.
I'm 100% punching now. I forgot I at the beginning I said he has no range damage. He does have an ability where he like shoots out a little drone that has range damage.
I don't think I realized that. I have been seeing this weird ball floating around. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, that's my friend. I still don't have the swinging down. If there's like a group of enemies in the sky, I can use one to swing up and then I can punch some other ones. But if it's just one enemy in the sky, then I'm done for.
What happens if you stop using the movement stick? Would it pull you to the center?
No.
Okay.
It seems to keep a constant rotational velocity. So if I could let go at the right time, I would like arc up and then land right where I want to be. But it doesn't seem like I get any closer if I just hold the swing button.
Interesting. That sounds like a challenge. A challenge maybe even punching couldn't fix.
Susie Moo says The Beekeeper's Apprentice by Laurie R. King is a fun take on classic mystery novels.
I feel like I may have heard of this in a positive way. I don't remember anything that I heard, but I'll add that to the list.
Apparently there's also some good some good mystery fan fiction for Draco and Hermione.
I don't know. I'm not sure what the mystery there is going to be.
There's another problem that punching can't solve, and it's when an enemy's running away from me faster than me.
Ooh, goat hoof can solve that problem.
Goat hoof? What color is that one?
It's a white item, and it's like the bottom half of a goat leg.
Nice. Does it just make me faster?
Yeah, it makes everything faster, movement-wise. There's also energy drink, which only makes
Yeah, I
your
like that
sprinting
one.
faster.
Oh, I was thinking of the coffee that makes your movement and attacks faster.
So that's, yeah, that one's like, it does the same thing as goat hoof, except less, but it splits some of that to attack speed, which is useful. So it's like a cross between goat hoof and syringe.
Cool.
All right, I am ready to go to the next level if you want to grab that last lonely little item.
Nice. Neb's wife also likes the Hermione fanfic. Nice.
All right.
Also, welcome Neb. I forgot to say that. Thanks for joining.
Howdy. I know you've been in the chat for a minute, but thanks for coming out. Ooh,
Good.
I like this.
Just got an achievement for 30 is
Say that again. It cut out on my end.
for stages.
Oh, nice. 30 stages. Oh, it appears that you have frozen.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh, you're back. Okay, we're good.
My internet's been like hiccuping a lot lately, and I want to know how to fix it, but I don't know like what part of my internet setup needs to get upgraded to make that not happen. We were talking before the stream about how being a computer scientist has unfortunately taught me zero things about computers.
Yeah, I think the only degree that really knows about computers is IT. Those dudes know. The rest of everybody else, we know nothing. I will say, Berkeley, when my internet has had hiccups like that, especially when I was on a Wi-Fi connection, it was because somebody else was using the same like frequency band that I was nearby, and so it was causing interference with the signal. So there's a way to test for that. I just don't remember what it is because I never fixed it. I just said, whatever.
Is it to invite your 50 closest friends to all come stream stuff at your house at the same time and see if the problem gets worse?
Yeah, that's the secret. I know I've said this already, but Laserhand is no joke. I'm hitting stuff across the map with this. I've never
Nice.
been able to do that with my other character. I think this might be my new favorite character.
Wow. What a night.
All right, what do we got here? Do we have the teleport pad? No, we don't. Oh, yes we do. Shrine of the Mountain and teleport pad.
Oh, sorry, I am nowhere near you. Good luck.
You're good.
Oh, seems like you're doing great.
I have upgraded my character.
See if Berkeley gets to the boss fight before it's over. Challenge level impossible.
Yeah, it took me a minute, but I think I found my build for this guy. So what I did to make a... Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say what I did to make a good build was try to focus on building up effects that increase my damage after killing the first enemy. And then instead of attacking the bosses directly, I attack the little guys that spawn around them, and my damage goes up drastically, and then I can attack the boss directly. And do a lot of damage. Anyways, what were you going to say?
I've got my chain reaction abilities so high that I can, when there's a swarm of the little black and red spheres, I can just punch one of them and they all die.
That's
and
awesome.
I love it.
Yeah. Alright, it is looking like we are ready to move on to the next stage. We are at our traditional stopping point, but I'm okay with doing one more stage if you're up for it, Berkeley.
Yeah, I'm up for it. We are at normal time, so if people want to head out, obviously, no hard feelings.
That's right. Okay. So yellow item is all yours. That's a boss special item. And there's a bunch of options. The cracked pot thing will pull health from enemies you're nearby. So for your punching character, that might be really useful.
Okay. I will do that. Thanks. I like how when you get your second goat hoof, it just puts it on the same leg as the first one.
Yeah. You just have a bigger and bigger stack of goat hooves, like a Russian nesting doll on your foot. Imagine trying to run pre-nationals with a stack of goat hooves on one leg.
Yeah. I don't think it would make me faster.
Well, that's what the stat block says it does, Berkeley, so I don't know what you think it's going to do, but...
Okay, we gotta split up because you're killing them too fast.
Oh.
I need to go strike out, make my own way.
Okay. Maybe we can write a song about that. Isn't there like a Sufjan Stevens song that's basically exactly about that?
Oh, I was thinking about the High School Musical breakup song.
Oh. I have not... I don't think I've watched enough High School Musical to know that. I've seen the first one. Is this in the first one?
This is in the second one, I think.
Ah, I've not seen the second High School Musical. How many stars?
They put so many stars in it, you know, like pretty much everyone from that movie became famous just for it.
That's
just kidding.
Definitely one way to interpret my question. it was good. I didn't know how to react for a moment. I thought he did good.
I haven't watched them recently. Maybe I'd like them more or less now, but the songs are so catchy that it's I have this thing where like when media is really catchy and it pulls me in emotionally, and then I realize that it wasn't actually as deep as the emotions I was feeling, I feel betrayed by the emotions I was feeling, and then I
Oh,
get salty about that piece of media. So yeah, I've got a sour taste in my mouth because it made me feel things when I was a cynical teenager. You know,
that's fair. We've all been
how's
there.
that for a review? Totally uncountable number of stars.
Well, now I have to watch it if it made you feel things. I haven't felt anything in years. These guys are bad news if you get too close to them, just so you know.
Good thing I'm on the other side of the map. So I've got some dune sandworms on this level.
Yeah, those are particularly nasty too. Those are my least favorite of the small creatures to fight because they just pop up and then do a ton of damage.
Yay, we did it.
There's a red item up there if you'd like to grab it. There's a white item over here if you want it.
Remind me, what does stacking the gas cans do?
It increases the range and slightly increases the damage of the chain reaction of fire when you kill an enemy. So, if you want more damage, you want the green, like gas cylinder. If you want more range, you want the red gas can. Or I guess it's a white item, but the color of the item icon is red.
right. Should we call it there?
Yep. Well, let's just go to the next stage to show what it looks like. It'll probably be the cloud stage. It was not the cloud stage.
Whoa,
All right. What was that for?
Jellyfish. I've seen like boss jellyfish. Jellyfi. I haven't seen that.
Reached the stage where boss monsters are starting to spawn as part of the regular set of enemies. They'll spawn outside the boss fight, I guess is the right way to say that.
Gotcha.
Alright, well, this has been Risk of Rain 2. It is playable with up to 4 players at the same time, so if this looks interesting and you want to play with your friends, it's super possible. The game studio made several super fun DLCs, and then they were bought by the same guys who made Borderlands, which is Gearbox. Gearbox has been slightly less good about the quality of the DLC, but still not bad. So I'm curious to see where they'll take the game. But the existing content, as I said, I've been playing for 3 or 4 years now, and I still haven't made it through everything. Every run is different, and there's so much to learn and experiment with. So if you thought it was fun, maybe pick it up on sale and try it out for yourself. Burgley, where can they find us?
We are right here. I don't know why they would be looking for us. Just kidding. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're on Discord. And YouTube can also be in all those places. There's links in our link tree, which is in the About section of our bio if you're on Twitch, or in the description of this video if you're on YouTube. We're also on Instagram. We mostly just post like when we're going to stream there. Anyway, yeah, we'd love to chat with you on Discord about the political situation, about game recommendations, about the value of labor unions, about the value of Pete Seeger and Bob Dylan, the value of Daft Punk. Anything that you value, just tell us why. And we'll say, no, it was a book studio, not a game studio, about it.
That's right. If you want to come get roasted repeatedly from a place of ignorance, mind you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Come join our Discord. All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming out. Hopefully we will catch you again soon. Bye.
Bye.